problem would be like, can he get speed control? Because Mythical with that Talonflame with Tailwind can kind of just always be running circles around Rawhorse's team, but he has like so many different setup options, and that spread Fiery Wrath to just pressure Goldengo. Like I think I'm not sure what the Goldengo's Terra is. Here, let me pull it up. Yeah, let them know they're good to start. Okay. Yeah. It's Terra Fairy Goldengo, so that Terra Fairy is actually going to be pretty big. It's going to be a lot of this is going to be about like how can you get like Mythical's big offensive threats off the board, so your like more bulky like backbone of your team can really shine. But getting into the first game, Mythical with the Goldengo, Talonflame, Rawhorse with the Tinglu Ogerpon. Now, Rawhorse is not really that scared right now because it's Ogerpon. The camera is panned out because of Tinglu, so it doesn't really show Ogerpon that well.
Tinglu just that big of a dude, you know.
Ogerpon's down there. You gotta believe me.
There he is. There he is.
So, Vessel of Ruin is gonna make it really hard for this Goldengo to get going, especially because he's not running Nasty Plot. So, Rawhorse is kind of free here to just like, just keep pushing damage into this Goldengo because he's kind of got a lot more staying power in the long term. So we'll have to see how Mythical approaches this. I'd say the lead definitely favors Rawhorse though, like right off the bat.
No shot. He's gonna attempt to use her Goldengo.
Don't mention what moves they're picking.
Oh.
Goldengo going for the Protect turn 1, presumably to like, because if you set up the Tailwind here, oh, we're just going for Brave Bird. Does that kill the Ogerpon? Oh my god, that was the crit. I don't know if the crit mattered because it could just be like max attack Adamant Talonflame, and it kind of depends on how both of the Mons are trained. But just going for that right out the gate, and Tinglu goes for the Fissure, which kind of like normally you wouldn't really consider that to be that good of a play, but it's possible that this Tinglu is just trained into max bulk. Because if you think about it, if you stay on the field long enough, eventually this Goldengo is going to keep lowering its special attack with Make It Rain with no way to increase it again. So if you can just live and just keep clicking Fissure. I can show you how to do like the Mons on the side here, on the website here. Oh, you got it?
So surely with enough stall.
So this Raikou is choice specs, so it's Talonflame doesn't have priority anymore from Gale Wings because it's not full HP. So the question would be, is Raikou faster? But Mythical's gonna switch the Goldengo out, kind of using it as a bait, just protecting it and then switching it off the field. Into the Berserker, which is an interesting switch. It's likely just to get fake out pressure, but the problem is you're about to eat a choice spec Thunderbolt. Oh my god,
yeah,
double into it with Stomping
and
Tantrum.
That Berserker is just gone.
But if you think about it, like, that would have killed the Goldengo too. The question is, does Mythical have the ability to, like, does he have much of an option there? Really? We'll have to see what he has in the back, which is Landorus Therian. That would have...
Okay, yeah.
So if he switched Landorus Therian into the double up, it would have taken absolutely no damage. So it's possible that he was expecting maybe like a different combination of moves, or he was just trying to get that fake out pressure online. He didn't think the double up was coming.
Yeah.
There's any number of things. Getting the Intimidate down on the Tinglu is very good, because now you're kind of pressured to switch it out, especially because you can't really do much damage to either of the Mons on the field unless you hit a Stone Edge of Talonflame. So Rawhorse gonna switch out the Raikou actually, which isn't kind of like the first play that would come to mind.
And Infinite into Landorus is kind of an interesting pick for sure.
Landorus going for Earthquake, which is gonna do a lot of damage on this Infernape switch.
Okay, looks like a Focus Sash.
Focus Sash on the Infernape. That is gonna mean Infernape's in Blaze range, and he does go for the Stone Edge on the Talonflame. This game is honestly looking very even right now. The question is, like, what do the speed tiers look like on the field right now? Because I'm not sure what Insyn's base speed is, but I think it could be faster or slower than this Landorus.
And if it is faster than Landorus, then I think
pretty much every mon on the field is in danger of dying right now. Because... What were you gonna say? Did I say Instant? Infernape. Because a Blaze-boosted Flare Blitz could absolutely kill this Landorus here. But Landorus is going to be faster, and that's just going to take out the Infernape, and it's going to do a chunk to Tinglu. I'm not sure it'll kill.
Not quite killing the Tinglu, but definitely the Infernape.
So this is just a lot of damage on Rawwhorse right now.
And the Tinglu
That
did
Stone Edge doing nothing because of how many Intimidates are stacked up. I think it's just one Intimidate? Yeah, but
so.
this Tinglu definitely looks like just very bulky. So the question is, both players still have Terra. And you have Scald on the Landorus, and it's Terra Flying Landorus. So the question is, you could fish for burns, and the Terra Flying is also huge on Raikou because it dodges Earthquake. So there's a lot of like moving parts in this interaction right here. And another question is like, does Gholdengo want to go for Make It Rain and then risk not really having much offensive pressure for the rest of the game? So it's a lot of guessing based on like how each mon is trained. I think the only thing we can be sure of is that Raikou's going to be the fastest mon on the field. And it's going to go for that Terra Flying. We'll have to see if Landorus or Gholdengo also go for the Terra. I suspect it might be Gholdengo going for the Terra away from Stomping Tantrum. Doesn't go for the Terra at all, instead clicks Rock Slide to read the Raikou. It can't flinch Raikou because of Inner Focus.
Make It Rain
but
is enough
crits
to
on the
just
Raikou,
kill.
and that looks like it's going to just be both dead for Rawwhorse, and that's going to be the game going to Myth1cal. Yeah, honestly, what we saw there, the Make It Rain crit and the Brave Bird crit turn 1 definitely played a part, but it seems like Rawwhorse is just lacking like that immediate damage potential. Because Tinglu kind of sat on the field, but like it couldn't get going.
Right, I think
if I was to have a comment on like what Rawwhorse should try and do going into... You should just go to the players. On what Rawwhorse should try to do going into game 2 is, I would say, Skort. Sorry. I'd say he should try and stack up coaching like from the start of the game. Like maybe like a Tinglu and Infernape lead. Because that would like, even if you're taking Intimidates, now you've got Assault Vest and Vessel of Ruin for special damage, and you're stacking up defense boosts with coaching. Like, it's going to become very hard to remove, and you can just start like chunking things with Stomping Tantrum as much as you want. And you could just go for Stone Edge on the Talonflame from turn 1.
And I definitely think that would help, just killing Tailwind early, or just
Because the thing
getting
is,
rid of the Brave Bird so that your Ogerpon can survive.
the thing is, winning this game for Myth1cal, if like assuming you're getting coaching boosts stacked up, winning the game in just the Tailwind turns would be very difficult because of how bulky Rawwhorse's team is. So you could just be like, all right, I'm going to take out the Talonflame just as soon as I can, and then eventually might be able to claw back the speed advantage. Another thing we could consider is that Moltres could come. It is very strong into the Gholdengo, but Myth1cal showed to be very good at just like repositioning it. And we also, the other mon we haven't seen from Rawwhorse is Fluttermane.
I think his Fluttermane does have Thunderwave and Ice Wind, so it definitely can help with speed control.
Fluttermane can fight for speed control, but the problem is it just dies to Tailwind Make It Rain. And like, it can't outspeed priority Tailwind. So I can see why you would not want to bring it in this matchup. It does feel kind of counterintuitive. But Myth1cal gonna go for the same leads. We'll have to see if Rawwhorse switches anything up. He is gonna go for the Fluttermane. See, now it's complicated because you are at risk of Tailwind Make It Rain, but here's the thing. Gholdengo actually can't, even in Tailwind, Gholdengo can't outspeed Flutter Mane with booster energy if Flutter Mane is like absolutely max speed.
But Flutter Mane is going to be a special attack boost.
Was it booster special?
It was booster special, so...
Oh, booster special with this much speed control on the moveset is definitely interesting, but now you absolutely can't, you absolutely do not want to take this Make It Rain. But depending on the bulk investment, might just live due to the Vessel of Ruin and the spread damage nerf. Okay. Looking like no cameras for the game, but that's alright. He's gonna go for Tailwind, probably Tailwind Make It Rain, I would assume.
Yep.
The question is, can Flutter Mane live?
Flutter Mane
It
does live.
Goes for, I assume it goes for Icy Wind. Thunder Wave into the Good as Gold. Oh, he forgot about Good as Gold. And the Stone Edge gonna take out the Talonflame. So Rawwhorse is at a Mon advantage right now. Even though he whiffed the Thunder Wave into the Goldengo, it's like, it's not the worst spot for him, honestly.
They're all Guilty Gear, yeah. All of Mythical's Pokemon are Guilty Gear characters.
Iron Hand's making an appearance, which did not happen in Game 1. But the thing is, like, Flutter Mane is really good into Iron Hands because it's immune to Fake Out. But he is just gonna go for oh, I can't say that. Yeah, Flutter Mane doesn't outspeed the Goldengo here, because if he went for Icy Wind last turn, it would outspeed the Goldengo, but he went for Thunder Wave instead. So it is a tricky spot, but Goldengo's lowered its special attack, so if you switch into like something that resists Make It Rain in the back, there's not really much of a threat there anymore. And you can kind of just like try and remove this Iron Hands from the field, but you have like a lot of time to do that.
And it looks like we're going to swap the Flutter Mane in.
Flutter Mane going into Raikou, yeah. So Raikou is going to resist that Make It Rain if it so happens to choose that, but like Terra Ground on the Tinglu, so
probably just Terra Ground style.
Fake Out, yeah, I assumed Fake Out was going to hit the Tinglu, and it's another Make It Rain, but this is hardly going to do any damage. Kind of a repositioning turn for Rawwhorse, and the question is, like, I don't think this Iron Hands can be faster than Raikou even in Tailwind. And now Goldengo, like every turn Goldengo fires another Make It Rain, it's pressured more and more to switch off the field. And the question is, like, when is Mythical gonna actually switch it off the field, and is Rawwhorse gonna predict it?
Definitely. And you know, we don't know what the last mon he's gonna send in is, so hopefully if he does predict it, he'll get a good prediction on it.
Notably, this Iron Hands does not have Protect, so you can kind of just double the Iron Hands slot if you're assuming the Goldengo's gonna stay in, which it looks like it is staying in. So you could just like Thunderbolt Stomping Tantrum this slot, but we'll have to see because it is specs on the Raikou, so you could be worried about the Landorus switch in, which would be why you would lock into something else like Shadow Ball into the Goldengo slot, because nothing in the back is really going to resist that. It's a pretty safe play, but now you eat this Terra Blast. We'll have to see how much this does to the Tinglu. Is he? Oh my god, it just barely hung on there.
The Stomping Tantrum on the Terra Water.
Oh my god, that does so much. The question is, does the Shadow Ball kill? Because it is Assault Vest and it's not Stab on the Shadow Ball. You could have Raikou take out the Goldengo, but the question is, like, what's switching in on that slot? Because if it's Bisharp, you could lose a lot of ground. Because,
okay.
Because if you Shadow Ball the Iron Hands, there's the potential that Tinglu can live this turn.
So,
but the Iron Hand switches out. Into what? Into the Landorus. That's a potentially a very strong switch. We'll have to see what Goldengo does here. Make It Rain again. I think that finishes off the Tinglu.
The Tinglu is still alive. No, there we go.
Jacob, can you make the overlay a little bit smaller? Like just a tiny
But now
bit.
that
You can
Tailwind is
almost
gone,
see,
so
just
the
like
Fluttermane
horizontally,
probably does just
you
outspeed
can
here now.
almost see the full health bar. Alright, so
we are going to bring the Fluttermane. Now that Tailwind is gone,
did
it
the
probably
Goldengo live
outspeeds
that
most
Shadow Ball?
things.
Oh my god. So Goldengo, I believe, is -3 or -4. So is Tailwind still up?
Tailwind just
ran
went
out.
out.
Ran
so I
out.
think
So
Fluttermane and
so
Raikou
Fluttermane
both
can
outspeed.
Fluttermane is free to Icy Wind, and the question is, where do you target here with Raikou? Did he
So
get
we
it?
have a Protect from the Goldengo.
Icy Wind is going to chunk the Landorus
and
regardless.
it looks like we're Shadow Balling into the
But he does
Landorus.
Shadow Ball the Landorus. I think that's a good play because the Icy Wind, like, honestly could have killed the Goldengo. Is that going to do it? That's going to do it on the Landorus.
With that, even without a crane. 4 times weakness, you know.
So Iron Hand's coming back in, but like, you can't fake out either. Inner focus. So Goldengo probably dies to a Moonblast or a Shadow Ball. The question is, like, is there any reason to not just double one of these? Like, you Shadow Ball the Iron Hand. Oh my god, that didn't do anything. Does the double kill?
The
Yes,
double
yes,
does kill.
okay.
And
yeah, like, I mean, there's no reason to not fake out there, but like,
just to get chip damage, hopefully
make it rain.
But the minus
it's gonna
4
finish
make
off
it
the
rain.
Fluttermane at the very least. So just a little bit smaller. Can you get the nameplate just a little bit down? Just a little bit more. See, that was important because the kill on the Fluttermane was very important because you get the information of the last Mon he had in the party. So he's just protecting to like. Yeah, it is. You can just like protect to like stall to try and like see what to do next game. Because this Shadow Ball is gonna kill.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Yeah, it's Specs.
Choice Spec Raikou Shadow Ball.
1-1. It's game 3 now. There's a lot to consider from those games because a lot of it just came down to like careful switching and like. I don't think Myth1cal had Landorus, right?
No, he did. He did.
It was Hands, Dengo, Talonflame.
Hands, Dingo, Talonflame, and Landorus.
Oh, he had Landorus. Okay. Because really, it's just like Rawwhorse was just able to keep, because he kept the Dengo in the whole game, which it could be like if you switch it out, it could be too predictable because obviously you're gonna switch it out after you get the Make It Rain drops. But the problem is that if you get down to 2 Mons, you can't get it off the field now. Now you're just stuck with a -5 Goldengo.
And he's not going to do anything.
You're stuck with a -5 Goldengo against an electric type, which resists your Make It Rain. So it's like, eventually the Raikou was just able to like, it was using Shadow Ball and it wasn't really doing that much damage, but it could just chip everything down enough. So it's going to be interesting to see, because Myth1cal's gone the same lead for the first 2 games, but the thing is, like, has Talonflame really had that much of an impact? And also, do you want to continue bringing Goldengo? Or maybe you can keep it in the back. We haven't seen Bisharp yet. Yeah, we haven't seen Berserker yet either.
Yeah, we did. He switched in.
Oh,
as
we
a
saw
sacrificial
Berserker. It just died immediately. Going with the Landorus Iron Hand lead. This is an interesting one.
Okay, and we're Flutterloo again.
Already Icy Wind is pressuring a lot of damage on Landorus right now. Landorus can't Terra out of that because it's Terra flying.
If we could double up on the Landorus.
Because Landorus Terra Flying Blast will definitely kill this Flutter Mane. Like, I'm relatively positive, if it's trained right. Clear Amulet blocks the Icy Wind drop, so it's impossible to get the Tinglu to outspeed. But how do you really get this Tinglu off the field? Honestly, Fissure on the Iron Hands is a possibility. Like, because I think this is like one of the more obvious Terras that's probably about to come out from Iron Hands.
Yeah, protect
Really?
the Landorus to protect from.
Well, you
doubling
could
up on
fake out the.
Landorus.
This is an interesting play.
I mean, slow the Iron Hands down. You were
Slow
going to
the Iron
outspeed him
Hands down.
anyways.
Now
Who
Tinglu's
cares?
faster. The
Tinglu
Fissure
Fissure
miss.
does miss.
Yeah, just
30%
move Tinglu down a bit.
accuracy. But this Tinglu will be out for the entire time. So I mean, just keep doing it.
That turn, I feel like both players took such a risk and neither got punished for it, but neither got rewarded for it either.
Okay, so the Landorus is going to get withdrawn.
Switching out the Landorus. It
Into
depends if the
Golden Go.
Tinglu locked something into that slot. Icy Wind gonna drop the Goldengo speed, which is important. Honestly, it's always down to just like, what is the Tinglu doing? Stomping Tantrum? This
onto the
doesn't
Iron
kill.
Hands.
This doesn't kill, and you could get a Drain Punch. You could get a Drain Punch here. Like, that was about an equal trade. So, like, the question is, like, is the Flutter content to just keep clicking Icy Wind, or is it eventually gonna, like... Because it has Moonblast, and not only does it have Moonblast, it could Terra Fairy.
Right, we could see Terra Fairy Moonblast at times. We could see Terra Ground Stomping Tantrum into either of these Pokemon.
The Flutter Mane actually gonna switch out, because I was thinking, you could just Terra Fairy Moonblast the Iron Hands, and hope the Goldengo was scared to be on the field with Stomping Tantrum, but the Terra's gonna come out on the Goldengo actually, going for that Terra Fairy, which we haven't seen yet this set.
Make it rain doesn't really do much damage to either mon.
You didn't put
Make it
Raikou
rain.
in. Stomping
Bulky Pokemon.
It's intimidated. Yeah,
Okay, but the Tinglu is
it's
dead.
AV Tinglu instead of Clear Amulet. The benefit of Clear Amulet Tinglu is, like, you keep all the coaching boosts. Yeah, like, that's honestly what I was expecting more of a Game 2 adaptation, was to bring in Fernape in the front. But you, like, Flutter Mane is still the fastest Mon here. And you actually have the fastest 2 Mons, so you're kind of free to... Like, you could... The Iron Hands kinda is required to switch out. The Iron Hands is kinda required to switch out here because, like, you just get Moonblasted.
And I think even without the Terra
The
Fairy,
question
I think it's
is,
still kill.
like, how much can Raikou deal here?
So protect on the
So,
Golden Go.
this turn's probably just gonna be... Raikou's faster than Flutter Mane?
Dude, Raikou must be a crazy mon.
I did not expect Raikou to be faster.
Alright, but the Talonflame finally making its appearance. We're going for a taunt. Oh. Bro.
What was that?
Talonflame has
Well,
the full
Talonflame has
health
priority
right?
with Gale Wings.
So okay, so
It's
we're
gonna be a
withdrawing the
priority.
Golden Go.
It's likely just a priority Brave Bird going into the Flutter main.
So Lando is back out.
What did Raikou lock into? Oh, I mean, Landorus was revealed in the back. Yeah, like, what is the Flutter main gonna do here? If it's Icy Wind, it could be huge.
On.
I don't know
Okay.
what that was.
I guess we forgot about the full health priority.
We might have forgotten about Gale Wings. This game is honestly, like, could go any direction. It just depends on how well we leverage this Choice Specs Raikou. We do not leverage this Choice Specs Raikou at all. So, Flutter main is probably about to die. Ogre Pawn is about to die.
But goodbye,
Wait, the
Ogre
crit
Pawn.
didn't matter game 1. It just dies.
It just died straight
Does this
up.
Ogre Pawn have no bulk?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be game. I don't
Yeah.
think, like, with that
I
many
think
turns of
it's over.
Tailwind left, does he still does Rawwhorse still have Terra?
I think so.
Did he do Terra Ground? I don't think
He still has Terra.
He still has Terra, so
It-
you could Terra Fly. You could Terra Flying to avoid the Earthquake. If you do not Terra Flying, the game is over.
But we do not see a Terra.
Rock Slide.
Oh, going for the predict on the Terra.
Rock Slide. Oh my god, that did so much damage. Burn? Aw. That is now
So
game.
we're outspeeding a Flutter Main, but we're not outspeeding a Landorus.
Wow. that was two very interesting teams, but I think a lot of that game came down to like a question of like the knowledge and like when like what moves were you clicking with Flutter main and